bless.
Yo, Laurent, how you feeling today, bro?
Oh, wow. All right, yo, wait, hold on. There's too many people doing too many things at the same damn time. All right, so
Not doing
who
anything.
this guy has on his Bane mask, right, for Gyökeres, and then you're talking, starting with the typical, yeah, Laurent. Oh,
I was gonna say, you want to say, yo, Laurent? What do you want? What do you want from me, bro?
See.
so you guys are excited, eh? You guys finally got your man.
Yo, hold on.
Ah!
Okay, that's
See.
Wait. So hold on. I read that he said he wants to go to Arsenal because he wants to win the Champions League. Am I correct in saying that? I'm talking about Gyökeres here. He specifically picked Arsenal because he said I want everything. Now I want to win a Champions League. You guys didn't hear that?
no.
Yeah. So that's what he said. But yeah. So that's your man, and I just want to know if you guys can stand on that. Or are you guys winning it or what?
Yeah,
Yo, that didn't sound too convincing at all, bro.
yeah, we're winning it
All right, this season?
without injuries.
The conditions. I love it. I love it. I love it.
No one can predict injuries.
I mean, are you guys winning it? Yes or no? Like that's all I'm asking. Yo, CJ, you can talk anytime as well, bro. Like you don't have to.
He speaks no evil.
Now for real. Like what?
Yo, Gabriel now, ready?
Oh my gosh, bro.
See. Yo,
Yo, this is crazy, bro. This is what one friendly like preseason win has them feeling like, bro.
One
Against eight.
preseason friendly, bro. We technically lost it. We
No,
won the
you,
game,
you
but we
guys, you
lost
guys,
the game.
yeah, you guys won in regular time, and then it went to PKs. I don't know why, because I guess they're trying to give the fans something to watch. But yeah, you guys are on a high, bro. Like, talk to me.
Yo, on a side note, before we get into this like Gyökeres stuff, Kepa, the triple PK save. Yo, he came to play. Yo, Kepa's he came to play. Um,
Jeez, that's crazy. That's the first time I see you guys celebrating a Chelsea reject. Yeah, eh? The recycling bin is nice this time of the year, eh?
ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm the only one who understood the assignment in wearing a jersey. Today was supposed to be Jersey Day, and a certain man like Laurent has been ghost for the last week because he just came back from Ibiza after celebrating Chelsea winning the Club World Cup. He forgot his he forgot his jersey, but that's all good. Um, Murdad, fam, you let me down. Where was your
bro.
jersey? I thought you were
Yeah.
coming in hot.
Hold on, hold on.
Look at this guy about to change now.
Wow.
This guy has his scarf.
There we go. I'll put on my scarf. Always ready. Um, Laurent.
Yo, I'm
So
here.
you
I'm
were
here.
you were saying a lot of shit.
Yeah, I was right.
You're pretty quiet right now.
I mean, what else is there for me to say? What I said on our last podcast came to fruition, bar for bar. I didn't miss. Y'all asked me at the end, "Are you standing on that?" Wait, are Chelsea gonna right? Y'all thought like I was stuttering. No, there was no stutter in my step. There was no hesi. I
Mm,
came in and I told y'all,
mm,
and then the business was dealt with. So
mm.
for me, there's nothing more. What I told you as well is that you guys better be on notice because the Premier League this season, oh boy, oh boy. I hope you guys watched that game from beginning to end and you saw. Remember when we at the beginning of our podcasting career when we talked about managers and players. The game was won there because of the manager. I know, right? Obviously, the players had to, but for the most part, the way he set us up, it was all because of him. Any other manager, any other tactics, and I do not think we get the result or the win in the manner we did on that day.
So you're
So
Any
saying
other
Chelsea
manager?
win the Prem?
sorry,
So you're saying Chelsea win the Prem?
I can confidently say if we play the way we played like that
Oh, here we
all
go.
season,
Here
a
we
hundred, a
go.
hundred percent, 100%. What?
All the conditions come on in. Here we go. Doesn't that sound familiar?
Yo, you said any other
Yeah,
manager, bro.
motherfucker. I got you right there.
This
Bro,
guy was just
you
waiting for
don't
that.
think like a Pep or something could have done the same thing?
I don't know if he would have set us up the way that, because bro, the way we were set up was, for one, and he had to had a lot of faith in the players and in them performing this
Hmm.
adhering to the system to the T. Like for that first 45 minutes, bro, there was really no errors apart from, I think we let them get that cross in, and then the guy, I forgot who it was, but he missed a chance. But apart from that, like, it was a perfect performance. And mind you, we have not played that way. I mean, I can't even remember us being set up that way, the way he set us up. Yeah, we did play to the opponents, knowing how they, right, how they play the build up and whatnot, right? We tried to
Mhm.
really contain them, press them, in their own half. But mind you, I think in that system as well, the most key players are the back lines. Because if the back lines aren't moving, right, as the press is happening at the front, if the back lines aren't tailing their mans, switching when it's time to switch, then it's very easy, right, for those balls to come in over. Um, and yeah, no, so I thought it was well executed, like, truly, man. And I mean, come on, man. We all saw the performance. And I think the world has found a newfound respect for Chelsea FC after that game.
So I
Am
ask
I?
you again,
Yep.
do you think Chelsea are going to win the Prem?
Right now, I'm highly confident that with our squad. I don't know why you guys are laughing. I mean, listen, we beat the champions, the kings of Europe, the guys that all teams feared, including you guys. We went in there and
We
we took care
feared
of
them?
business.
We
Yes, you
feared
did.
them?
Yeah, you did. A
What the
hundred
hell?
percent.
What the hell?
100%, y'all.
What the hell?
CJ, do you remember us ever saying that we feared them?
Bro,
Y'all,
no
bro,
chance.
y'all, man,
Okay.
No chance.
y'all feared them, bro.
No
And then,
chance.
yo, CJ, don't act like I wasn't with you at the game, at the pub, that second leg. I saw how you guys were looking shaky, bro.
Listen, respecting your opponent and fearing them are
Mm-hmm.
two different things.
Man,
Spot on. Mm-hmm.
fuck all that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck all that, bro. That's why I said what I said even before the game started, bro. Because Chelsea FC, we don't know that. We don't know that, bro. When it comes to the finals, give us the biggest of the clubs, bro. That's who we want to play. Bro, we don't care. Man City, Real Madrid, bro. We want to be the best. You got to beat the best. So that's why all this. Oh, they had the easy side of the bracket. Now what?
You guys did.
Yeah, yeah. And then to take the damn thing home, we had to beat the best team, the champions of Europe.
Yeah, but you wouldn't have got
Yeah,
there
bro.
if
The
City
the
was
team
there.
that dealt with Inter Milan, dealt with Atletico, and then dealt with Real Madrid. That's the team we beat. No, we didn't beat them. Actually, we dominated them to the point where their manager had to try to get it back in blood for them after after
Yeah,
the
that was
final
so
whistle.
uncalled for. That was so
Yeah, bro.
uncalled
You see
for.
that?
Like, like
That's how
straight up
bad
though,
they got beat.
like straight up, that was so uncalled for. Like, I lost so much respect for Enrique with that. So
Mm.
much respect. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, he lost his cool. Because I'll tell you right now, he was the last person to expect that was gonna
Yeah, yeah.
happen on
They
that day.
didn't expect that, yeah.
Yeah,
They
so
were sore losers on the day still, I'm not
yeah,
gonna lie.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, because they really thought they were gonna walk away with it, right? And then, bro, you see that thing at the second half? Like, I think they're already down 3-0, and then they had the nerve to do that thing at kickoff where they try to kick the ball back into, you know, the thing they do when yeah, they try to kick the ball into the opponent's half to gain yards and all of that, bro. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, you know, like, nah, man, nah. Like, you guys were played well, like, you know, from beginning to end, and you guys had no answers, no answers. And Yeah, no, kudos to us, man. And I think the Chelsea fans deserve an apology from the both of you for the lack of how should I say this? I don't think respect is the word, but the way you guys undermine our ability.
So, welcome back, everyone. Before we get into the nonsense
Ah,
that Laurent wants to say, episode 32, back again. As always, joined by my co-host Laurent, and CJ. Jersey Day will never arrive because only two, maybe one out of the three. Spending way too much time on this nonsense team. The
the
only
only champions of the world, eh? Just remember that before you say
the
nonsense
only
team.
talking points about this
Like,
game.
have some respect, man. No, no, no. In case you guys didn't know, by the just on a side note, right?
Yo, I got
Man,
LeBron all fucked up.
Man, Man City, Real Madrid, and all teams have had their Club World Cup titles rescinded. We are the only winners of the Club World Cup. No other team, right? What they have now is, I think, I forgot what they called it, but they removed. So right now, Chelsea FC is the only champion of the Club World Cup competition,
Wait, why is that?
bar none, because because of the new format.
Uh-huh.
What they've done is they renamed their previous trophies to something intercontinental champions or something like that. Yeah, so that's what they
A
are. The real
technicality. He's just saying it based on a technicality that Chelsea's
technical, bro. There was 32 teams in that tournament. The previous couple club was what, like a few teams, bro. This was 32 teams, a full tournament.
See, I'll start taking it serious when it's like 32. No, no, no. Listen to me,
Like
and I think this is
like
valid. Listen to this.
this is
I'll
crazy,
start
bro.
taking it serious
If
when
you
it's
guys
like,
won this tournament, bro, the shit I'd be hearing on this fucking episode, bro. Like the shit I would
can
be
I
hearing on this episode.
can
Like,
I land? Let me land. Let me land. I will take this tournament serious when it's like 32 of the best teams in the world in it. It's hard to judge this as like the holy grail when it's not the best of the best of the best teams. The Champions League is more of a prestigious trophy to win than this because the teams in it, because of the caliber of the teams in it. With all due respect to the teams in Brazil and like the Saudi Arabian teams and come on, there are MLS teams in this tournament, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
bro, even
Like,
in Champions League, teams get slapped up, bro.
yeah,
Like,
but look at the top 10 best teams in the Champions League versus the top 10 best teams that were in the Club World Cup. It's no contest.
oh
You know what I
man.
mean?
But at the end of the day, bro, that the team that came out of the Champions League was the team that got dealt with in the finals. So just let's keep it 100, all right? That team that you guys are saying, right? Like PSG this and Murad, bro. I don't know why you're not talking because you were praising these guys like they're godsend, bro. Like and I've always said, bro. Now I'm saying it again and I'm doubling down, bro. It's a Uber One League team. All right? This is the Uber League, bro. The Liga. Like, we don't fuck with that here in England, bro. And this was a statement that I was hoping you guys would send them. Liverpool, Arsenal, right? That was a statement. But you guys really let these guys win the fucking Champions League. And then, they got on their high horse. And then look, it comes down to Chelsea FC, Conference League winners, to come and humble them down. All right. So at the end of the day, right? You want to say, yeah, 30 it's not the best teams, but the best team out of Europe got dealt with. And that's it. So next year when you guys are in it, right? We'll see what you guys can come up with.
So, couple talking points of that game before we move on to Arsenal related stuff. We're not a political podcast, but Donald Trump was on stage and the dirty looks he was getting from Cole Palmer had me all fucked up. Like, first of all, why is Donald Trump on stage? And second of all, Cole Palmer, you're a savage. Like the way he was looking at him was out of this world. And then Giovanni Infantino had to actually pull off. I don't know if you guys saw the clips, but Chelsea players were all celebrating, and then Infantino was like pulling Trump off the stage to let the players celebrate. And apparently, Trump allegedly allegedly, I just want to say this, if you're the lawyer of Donald Trump, allegedly, do you hear me saying allegedly, took Marco Correa's medal and snatched it from him. Um, but in all seriousness, I think there is a big question to ask from this, and it's gonna hurt me to ask this. Um, is Cole Palmer one of the best big match players in this generation?
Hmm.
Because Conference League, he was doing shit. He was doing fuck all in Prem. He was doing fuck all in the last couple of games, and then Conference League finally pops off, and that's the only reason why you guys won it. Against PSG, he dominated. He dominated. The last game for City, I believe it was against Liverpool, and it was the charity cup, the Community Shield, sorry, and he dominated that game. Whenever there's a big game, he's just there and he's dictating everything. So again, I'll ask it: is Cole Palmer one of the best big match performers of our generation? Not, I'm again, let me like generation in the sense that like I'm not including Messi, Ronaldo, things like that. I'm talking about like 2020 onwards.
I'd be inclined to agree with your statement. One, because I feel like, I mean, in big matches, usually what gets the players is the nerves of the occasion,
Mm.
and he just seems to be cool. Like, like he doesn't seem too bothered. Really, you can tell even by his demeanor. Um, even after scoring, assisting, like, yeah, he just seems like he's just there having fun. The nerves don't get to him.
Mm.
So I feel like he just, on a psychological level, he just has the aptitude for just showing up in big games. As opposed to other players where it's like, oh, it's a big game, it's a final, and you can tell, the jitters, right? And yeah, so yeah, I think it's a good observation.
CJ?
My personal opinion is I think it's too early to say like that statement of like is he one of the best of this generation? Because mind you, he's still very young and he's had a couple finals already, yes, and he's shown up in them. So it's fair to say like right now he's a big game player, but one of the best of this generation. Let's kind of wait. I think it's a little bit premature. Like I would wait till like his career starts to wind down. He has a few more big matches and cup finals and things like that to make those sort of statements. Like you don't have to look too far down the club of Chelsea Football Club's history to talk about big game players like Didier Drogba and that we can talk about as big game players for for finals, right? Like definitely Drogba is up there, and we can say that now once he's retired and his career is finished. So let's see how Cole Palmer's career, I would say, continues to play out and see if that statement holds true. But like as of right now, for sure, you can only go off of what you've done so far, and what that's two finals and two chips where he's been pretty much man of the match. So yeah, so far definitely. But big games still include Premier League, right? So he's still before that conference final, as you mentioned, there was months towards the back end of the season where he wasn't doing anything. So the Premier League still counts for big games and big matches, and you got to kind of show up on a consistent level for an extended period of time. So I think if he continues on this trajectory, and obviously he's got to do it for England as well. But yeah, if he continues on this trajectory, he could definitely be in that bracket.
Mm. And then for Chelsea, like last year they were title contenders till December, and then they kind of fell off. And it's kind of weird how they fell off, but I feel like this year is going to be a four-headed race.
Really?
Like, I mean, if Chelsea play like this, I can definitely see them pushing us and Liverpool, and then depends on what type of city show up. Is the city that, you know, like, are they back to being the city, or are they this new iteration of city that, they're still trying to figure out where everybody plays, and you're playing Nunez as your right back. Or is Ryan Aït-Nouri playing there? Like what type of City, what iteration of City are you getting? So a three-headed race for sure, in my opinion. I wouldn't count Chelsea out. I think Chelsea are real contenders for the Prem. Champions League, I I know they played the Conference League, but I feel like this year the only thing counting against Chelsea is the fact that they're in the Champions League because all their players are going to have to play 2 to 3 games a week. You know what I mean? Like last year, when you play Conference League, it was a fully rotated squad. They have like a 40, 50 man squad. So they played their like fourth team. Whereas this year, they're going to have to play their first team, midweek and Sunday or Saturday. So I think that's going to be like, when Newcastle was in the Champions League the first time, like they struggled with that, right? Like any team that gets Champions League for the first year, they struggled. Like obviously Chelsea have billions of dollars that they're spending. But if I was going to say there's anything that's going to hurt them this year, it would be that. But I do think that they're real contenders for the Prem. I mean, Laurent thinks that they have a really good chance of winning it, but
See, I have a couple of things to say on that. And I do think Chelsea is, definitely a really good side, and they're going to be up there. But I think, like as you said, the Champions League factor is one thing right now why I don't put them in the title race at this moment in time. And look, I could be completely, here, sitting here in a couple months and just kind of putting my hands up and saying shit, like I got it wrong because they could well be in the mix for a title, right, in the title race. But at this time, I'm still calling it. It's again premature, or whatever, and we'll do our predictions closer to the start of the season or when the transfer window's winding down. Once we see what everybody's done and whatnot, we'll redo this and do predictions, obviously for the coming season. But at this moment in time, like as things stand on July 24th today, I think it's a three-headed race, and most of the footballing world is still looking at it at this time, saying, oh, Liverpool, City, Arsenal, just based on what's happened last season and the last 2 to 3 years. Those are the three teams that have been contending at the top. And so, yeah, I think Chelsea could be in the mix, in and around that area, but I don't put them in title challenging territory yet, and I'll tell you why. Um, for me, they still have to improve their back line and their goalkeeper because, as we've seen, and being Arsenal, it's fine margins to win this league, right? And you have to be solid across the pitch from back to front. And Chelsea have been putting the building blocks of the last couple of years in place to be there. And I think a lot of us look at their midfield and say, yeah, their midfield is almost damn near ready. They built their midfield up, spent a lot of money on their midfield, mind you, but their midfield I feel like is there, is ready. So that part of the puzzle has been complete between your Enzos, your Caicedos. Caicedo's definitely a good building block around that midfield to build a championship team around because he's definitely, I think, title ready.
yeah.
Caicedo walks into most teams in the league or in Europe. So Caicedo, Enzo's there, who's been showing up lately, and obviously Palmer, depending on where he plays, whether it's in the 10 or off the right. You have your Latvias. They just signed another midfielder from I think Brazil coming in. So their midfield is looking strong. It's been looking strong, and obviously they've got a good attacking talent as well. They've improved their forward line with Delap and João Pedro. For me, their back line and the goalkeeper is still the areas. And when I say back line, I mean center backs. Center backs specifically. Their full backs are strong, very strong. I forgot about Reece James in midfield as well, by the way. He's another baller if he can stay fit. But for me, the center backs and the goalkeeper, and as you know, we've done it for years now, building from the back, right? That's how you build a championship team, is you build from the back. And fine margins. Same thing what we did when we had to replace Ramsdale with Raya. That fine margin of, Ramsdale was good, but now we've seen Raya's elite, right? He's a step up from Ramsdale, and Sanchez is good, but is he championship ready? And in those games where it's tight, any little mistake that Sanchez could make could cost Chelsea. And I feel like Sanchez just isn't up to par yet. And same with their center backs. Their center backs are young, good center backs, but are they the Van Dijks? Are they the Salibas? Are they the Ruben Diaz's? Like those type of caliber where I'm going to carry this team to a championship because defenses win championships, as they say, right? So the center backs and the goalkeeper would probably need to slightly improve for me. But again, I'll judge it at the end of the window because Chelsea's still doing business, right? They've been linked with Javi Simmons this week. They've been linked with João Heito, who's another strong defender at the back. So there's still things that can be done. But I believe in. I was gonna say I do believe in Chelsea, like in going forward. I don't think that they're that far away, and so I actually want to pull Laurent up on this because like hearing Laurent talk like this now is almost a little bit baffling. And I know we talked about it recently as well, like this change in energy from you, Laurent, but it wasn't that long ago, like the back end of this season, where you were saying Chelsea's still far away. You'd rather not get Champions League because you felt like there was still so much work to do. You need to build slowly as opposed to jumping right into the deep end when you're not ready. But now you're all like, yeah, this energy is different now, like since the Club World Cup. So yeah, like can you give us like a little bit more of your elaboration on where this has come from? Because again, this is just a couple months ago where your energy was a bit different. And I know you made a couple signings here and there, but most of the team is still there from last season. The manager is still there. So I need to know like what shifted in your energy.
Okay, no, it's a good point. I think we addressed a bit of that on the last episode, where I did mention that a few things that I did notice that have changed was the system employed. So you're right. It's still the same guys, but the positioning is different. They're being played elsewhere, right? The buildup is different, and essentially, like the signings has also added to my shift in right in tone towards the club. Because let's be real, no Pedro, no Delap, right? Let's say we still had Jackson. I do not see us performing how we did in the Club World Cup, right? So right, I gotta be completely honest, right? So these were two key signings at a critical time. They were brought in and they performed, and we got a glimpse of what that could look like for the future, right? So, yeah, no, I at this point, I can honestly say I fully back the manager we have. I'm impressed with what he's done up to this point. I know we didn't have the best of Premier League finishes, or at least the one we were hoping for. Especially seeing how we stacked up around Christmas time, right? I think second place around there. But yeah, no, going forward, I think that what we have built thus far is something that we can definitely work on towards getting us, more titles in the near future for sure.
What I wanted to say is, let's not get it twisted. Chelsea Football Club have spent the most money in the last 4 transfer windows.
Have they? I mean, that sounds about right. Yeah.
22, 23, they spent 630 million. I'll say that again. 22, 23, they spent 630 million.
In one season?
Yes. 630 million. That's how much the Serie A, the entire league, may spend in like 2 years. Maybe even more. They spent that in 1 year between the summer transfer window and the January transfer window. 23, 24, 464 million. That's already $1 billion right there. Last year, 24, 25, just under 300 million, 282. And so far this year, 244. So while, yes, they've performed, they've got things over the line, they've got trophies done, let's not get it twisted. That's almost $2 billion spent on a roster. And, like, I don't want to take anything away from it, but what do you have to show for it? A Conference League and Club World Cup? That this iteration of the roster, aside from maybe Reece James, doesn't deserve to be in it? Right? They qualified because of what Thomas Tuchel did, not because of any one of these players did. Yes, they finished. Yes, I get all that. But, like, let's just perspective. And again, I'm not shying away from the fact that sure he spent 2 billion, blah 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 blah. They've won trophies. Arteta hasn't. Project this that. But like, if we had 630 million second year or the first year when Arsenal had no business being in the title race and we're in the title race and we had that much money to play with, it would have been completely different the year after. But we didn't. We were scrapping for funds. So let's just not get it twisted here. Before we switch gears to Arsenal, I just want to touch on a couple other clubs, because the second half of the show is just going to be all Arsenal related. Hugo Ekitike, officially.
Laurent, why are you laughing?
Oh, yo, I swear, man.
What?
You guys,
Speak your mind. What? What did I say that's wrong? What did I
it's
say
like
that's not factual?
at this point, man, even if we do win the Premier League and then the Champions League next season, it's gonna be like, oh well, look, they spent this. There's always. It's like we will never get
No,
our praise
if you
without a
no,
but.
no, 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 no. If you guys
Without perspective.
if
Like
you guys well, perspective's everything. You
I
always
I, I
get
agree.
perspective.
I agree.
But if you guys win the Prem and you guys win the Champions League next year, I won't be saying that. I'm just saying that because you guys won a competition where, again, it's all facts. Aside from Reece James, this iteration of players had no business being in the Club World Cup. They did not contribute to the last Champions League win. Did any of them? No. The answer is factually no. Only Reece James did. And the other fact is they spent almost $2 billion. If you want me to talk about some other like justification, Pep Guardiola just spent $400 million from January till now, and they lost to Al Hilal. No disrespect to Al Hilal, who probably has a very good team, and we went through their roster. They have a very good team, but they lost. So while money, can help, like City clearly didn't help City. So like to your point, like yes, there is something to say about the coaching and the players showing up, but like Chelsea have been well funded. $2 billion worth. I just want to give that perspective so that things aren't twisted. But if you guys want to do a double or do a treble next year, Stan will be like, "Hey, sorry, what's wrong?" I just recorded, so don't worry. You can always come back to this.
Oh yeah, I'm clipping this episode here.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Hugo Ekitike official, and this might give some chills down CJ's neck, but they also are eyeing Alexander Isak. And the only question that I have is where is this money coming from? And I know in our group chat, CJ, you did make a point. Like they really haven't signed a lot of people. It's been the same roster over the last 5, 6 years. Bar Nunez coming in, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, but they haven't been big splashes. But this year, Gyökeres, Verts, Frimpong, Ekitike, and then now you're looking at another 120, 150 mil for Isak. I thought FSG doesn't spend money. And all Liverpool fans are like, oh, well, we can't compete with the likes of Arsenal, Chelsea, City. They always spend this money, this money. You guys just bought two $100 million players in one window. Arsenal bought one. Ever. So am I missing something? Like, where's this money coming from? Like, I don't know. Have you guys heard anything, read anything? Because I don't know where the fuck this money's coming from. They still haven't sold Nunez. They still haven't sold Luis Diaz. And they've already spent like 300 mil.
Yeah. Yeah, it goes to show where the market is at, man. Like, if in one window to spend over 100 mil on two players is actually like wild. Now it's day one. This is the first day that we've heard news breaking of Alexander Isak wanting to leave, right? Officially from all the big journalists. So it's day one. We'll see how the rest of the transfer window plays out, and if Liverpool actually have the funds to cough up, because right now it's just everything is just kind of alleged up in the air. Things are going around that Liverpool will be the first ones, to jump at the opportunity. But we haven't heard them come out. We haven't heard anyone on Liverpool's camp come out and say that they actually have the money to fork up for it. We haven't heard Newcastle, cough up a price that they're pricing Isak at yet. This is all just things that I think the media is saying, the fans are saying. oh, he's going to cost this, he's going to cost that. But we haven't heard anything from the horse's mouth, as they say, right? We haven't heard anything from Newcastle's side. They're probably still going to try and convince the player. It's only day one. So we have a few days and weeks to see how this is going to pan out. And if Newcastle's going to play hardball on the price, if Liverpool actually have the funds based on whatever price Newcastle set, this one is still going to be dragged out, I think, and we're going to get into Arsenal's transfer business at the moment and how we've done so far. But in a way, as much as Alexander Isak has been our number one target always for the last 2 years, like that's the dream signing, that's Arteta's dream signing. There's something to be said about not dragging on our transfer window. Like we wanted to do our business early and as early as possible to get our players embedded, to get preseason under them, to get them gelled in with the team. So whilst I, like it's very unfortunate the timing. We've just signed our striker this week, and then we hear Isak becomes available. Like I'm sure if Isak was available at the beginning of the window, that would have been our number one target, right? But at the same time, like we can't afford to really wait like what we did last year and previous years, where you put all your eggs in one basket on one target, and then you don't get that target. So let's go and panic and get Raheem Sterling on deadline day. Like no, you know, Gyökeres is a very good alternative. Let's be real. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not willing to wait on a Rodrygo or an Isak till the end of the window to find out when they become available, right? Like, I want my players. We found out in recent times one of Arsenal's best seasons has been when we've had a good preseason, and sometimes the two can correlate, right? When we got Jesus in early that season, when we got Zinchenko in early that season, that summer, they were full into our preseason. They had a full preseason with us, and we went into that season flying, right? Similar when Declan Rice came in that summer as well afterwards. Like when you get your business done early, and in the Wenger years, like he was famous for last minute signings that took players a while to gel and bed in with the team. And by then, like it takes a while to get up to speed, right? Like ideally as a coach, you want your players in early to get them accustomed to the team and to get accustomed to the manager's way of thinking, right? And I'm very pleased with obviously that business that we've done so far to get these players in early. And even Gyökeres, like whilst he didn't join the tour right from the beginning, he's still gonna it's still early. It's still we're in July still, right? And he's through the door almost. He's signed. He's going to be doing his medical tomorrow, as they're saying. So I'm happy that we're going to get our number one target, our main striker, our number 9 in before the season even starts. Well before the season starts, right? Whereas this Isak situation, who knows if we waited how long this could have dragged on for, and we may not have gotten him in the end, right? So it's a little bit unfortunate timing, but there's so much uncertainty around Isak that if we had put all our eggs in that basket to maybe not get him in the end, then we're scrambling for a striker, right? Like I said, we're not talking about the alternative. We didn't get, like, with all due respect, a Dominic Solanke here. We got probably the second best striker on the market outside from Isak, right? And Gyökeres with the numbers and his goal scoring. So I'm more than happy with it. But yeah, it's interesting.
He's got to go from north of 150. If Verts and what's it called? Ekitike, Verts was 120.
Mhm.
Ekitike is 90, and Buemo went for 70. Like everyone's making fun of Arsenal getting Madueke, but like 50 mil for Madueke or 70 for Buemo. I'll take 50 for Madueke any day of the week. And then you got Alanga going for like 60. Like Arsenal got a steal. United do what United do. They always overpay. They continuously overpay, and they look like they look terrible. They still look terrible. They're not addressing their needs. They're trying to get some goal scoring to, go ahead. But yeah, I don't see Isak leaving. And I think if he does leave, it's gonna be north of 150.
It's more so I don't see anyone like team coming in for the money that Newcastle are going to demand, right? Like again, Newcastle, like Liverpool, it's claimed that they have this money, but realistically, unless they sell well, like Nunez and thing, bro, like how do you have another 150 mil to spend? It's just not feasible. This isn't FIFA manager mode, as I said in our group chat. Like how do you just have that? You just spent 120 in one window on one player. How are you going to go and spend that same amount while you already spent on the fullbacks that they bought in, right? Frimpong and that. Like it just, I'd be curious to know how they're going to do it, if they are going to do it. That's just not feasible. Like, and then certainly PSRs of the world have to step in, because that's wild. You just gave away Trent for free, so he didn't come in for anything. So
they got what, like 10 mil or something to be able to use them for Club World Cup. They did get some form of fee, but it wasn't
right.
like,
But it wouldn't have been like
no.
that he could have. He's an 80 million pound player, right?
Yeah,
maybe something like that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with that.
Yeah. Last player I want to talk about before, and it'll be a quick discussion before we move over to Arsenal's incomings. Marcus Rashford finally completes a loan move to Barcelona. Barcelona is going to be paying his entire salary, which I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is around 16 million euros or pound. Um, good move. Yeah, I guess. Rotation. He'll be rotation. He's not starting over Rafinha or Yamin Lamal or Lewandowski. But my question is like, really, Barca want to pay that much money for a player to be on the bench when they're already struggling for funds? That part of it doesn't make sense to me. Like you're paying 16 mil and there's a $30 million buy option, but you're like the buy option is one thing, but the salary that you're paying is ridiculous for a rotational player.
Can you repeat that again? So he's on loan. He's going on loan.
He's on loan. His
Okay.
salary is like 16 million for the
Okay.
year.
Okay.
So as part of the loan deal, Barca pays the entire salary.
Okay.
And
And
then
there's a
there's a
buy
buy
option.
option for 30 mil at the end of the loan.
Okay.
So to me, it's like you're paying $16 million to have this player, but he's not even going to be a starter for you. That part I don't understand.
Mm.
I don't know, maybe I'm alone in this, but I like Rashford did well with Villa, but to warrant a move to Barcelona,
Yeah, I don't know if he's even gonna do good under that system.
I don't. That's what. Yeah, I agree. I'm inclined to agree with you
It's a good
because
move for him.
no, it's a perfect move for him. He goes to sunny Barcelona.
Yeah, better than United and better than Villa. Let's be real. That's a good move for him.
Yeah,
So
but like, but it's more of a question to the Barcelona hierarchy to be like, what are you doing?
yeah.
What are you doing? This is not the type of player that you need, especially not for that money.
Hmm.
Yes, it's a buy option, but like 16 million for the entire year, that's a lot of money when you're struggling to register players. But anyways, made it this far. Appreciate it. We'll switch gears finally. Before I start talking about the incomings, I just need to like take a moment. If you're watching this at home, I just have to, clap for I just have to clap for Andre Berta. This man is cooking. This man is on fire. I don't care what anybody says. CJ, I don't want to hear no pessimistic bullshit out of your mouth today. None of that shit. You fucking bring that LA energy. Nørgaard, perfect, perfect, quick in and out. I don't even want to talk about like, oh, he's not a skilled and blah blah blah. We didn't waste time for a rotational player. Kepa didn't waste time or money for a keeper. Got Lewis Skelly 1 year contract signed, done, dusted. Let's fucking move on. He got in Madueke,
Gabriel too.
Gabriel. Thank you, Gabriel. That's five. He got in Madueke, even though people were fucking bullying him, which that's super uncalled for. But anyways, he got Madueke done. We got the backup for Saka. This man got Christian Mosquera done. And he got the guy that we've been waiting for since Aubameyang and Lacazette. Like those were the true number nines that we signed. Those were the last number nines that we signed. I don't count Jesus as a number nine. He got the guy. He got Viktor Gyökeres. And all reports from David Ornstein, from Fabrizio Romano, Andrew McNichols, he's not done. He is saying that he still wants one more player, whether it's an Eze, whether it's an Rodrygo, whether it's a Javi Simons, he does want one more. So for someone who came in and we had so many questions about being like, okay, is he gonna push Arteta? Is he not gonna push Arteta? Like to me, so far, out of 10, 10 being the greatest window, 0 being the worst window. I know we talked about it a couple podcasts ago. I would give this an 8.5 right now as it stands. There's nothing that he's done wrong in this window. Of course, from a business side, from a company side, the questions are also going to start coming to be like, okay, we brought all this money in. Who are you selling? How much money are we getting? Sure, we got the likes of Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Kivior, Zinchenko, Trossard, Lokonga, Hein that we need to figure out a way to sell them or get them out of the club because, just to get things off the books. But aside from that, there's no holes in what he's done so far. Am I wrong? Don't say you're pessimistic shit, CJ. I'm not.
Laurent, you want to jump in before I go?
I mean, I think in regards to especially how you guys were predicting what the likely outcomes would be and who you guys would want, it seems to be pretty strategic. The strikers there, the number 9. Madueke, right? I think is going to be a key piece on the wing.
Really?
Yeah, no, despite the critics, I do think that if he plays to his potential, for sure, right? He will be a very very key player for you guys. Then Zubimendi.
I even forgot Zubimendi. Sorry, thank you.
Yeah.
Mendy.
However, where I think the final piece for me is on the other side. Where I think that's still unfinished business. Where it can be Martinelli or Trossard on that side.
Trossard's gone. The contract discussions have stalled. He's gone.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, like okay, so he leaves, right? Martinelli's still there, but yeah, that to me is not the quality that would be needed for you guys to perform to the level that you guys are looking to perform in this upcoming season. So who comes in? I don't know. With Rodrygo, right? I don't know where the talks are with that. But yeah, that would have been honestly if Rodrygo was the guy that I think that would have been a perfect window for me.
100%.
For you guys.
100%.
But yeah, we're still yet to see. Yeah, you CJ?
See, like I'm curious to know why you think. Before I chime in, I want to know why you think Madueke is a key piece and how. Murder, that's even could be a question for you too, because if you guys think he's a key piece, surely that means that you guys think he's starting somewhere in this team, and he's not starting over Saka. So
he's not starting, but he's a key piece.
So even I say okay, so there's another point I'd play here. It's the rotation aspect. Mind you, right? We've seen the extent of games that teams play across the season. Murdad brought up the injury side of things, right? Well, if we get injured, it hampers our chances of winning the Premier League, right? So injuries are a key factor, and the one way to lower injury right across your players is to rotate them out, right? And you can't rotate players out if you don't have players that can play in
quality.
For them. Yeah, exactly. Now with Madueke, man, that guy, like I said, he likes to take on his opponents. Right? He's very direct in the way he plays, which for me I think is something that Arsenal could benefit from. 100% on those wings. Yeah, 100%. And he's not the direct that we see on the other side with the Martinelli, right? Like he can actually maneuver, right? So so for me that
Madueke's Brazilian, not Martinelli.
So then, Laurent, what's the general feeling then about, from a Chelsea perspective, about Madueke going? Like from the Chelsea perspective, maybe you can speak for the collective of what you've been hearing, and then for yourself, like, are you disappointed to see him go? Like, do you not care? Because typically, what happens when we come for Chelsea players, it's players that you guys didn't really care about anyways, and couldn't wait to get rid of. You know what I mean? So like, it didn't seem like this is how I look at it too. Like all the optics around it, it's like This is just another player that, we don't go for Chelsea's best players the way, under, again, the late Wenger years, teams were coming
Mm,
for our best players, right? When
yeah.
Chelsea was coming for our players, it was to take our best players. Or when United was coming for our players, or City was coming for our players, it was to take our best players. Like, we're going to Chelsea and we're not taking Palmer or Caicedo or guys that you guys are desperate to hold on to. We're taking guys that you guys can't wait to get rid of, essentially. Or not that you can't wait to get rid of, but it's like, well, if you're gonna go, because like you're not a key piece anyways, right? So the optics of it for me is that's what never really looks good. So, but like from your perspective, like it was Matt, like how did the fans feel about Madueke? Like, are you guys disappointed that he's gone, or could you care less that he's gone? It doesn't seem like there's a big like uproar around him leaving. You know what I mean? Like, is he? How do you feel about him, and how do you feel about this? Like,
So I think from the fans' perspective, from what I've seen, it hasn't been too much of a negative view of him leaving, if I'm being completely honest. Simply because I feel like on our end, we have given him chances, to kind of prove himself. We've always believed in him, right? Funny enough, we've always seen that, this guy actually does have the quality. It's just the finished product, right? Is what is lacking. And now, like the irony in it is though that when I see that your manager, right, in Arteta, and his ability to mold younger players and whatnot, I think this could be perfect for him, for Madueke, where Arteta may have, the managerial craft to unlock something that we have not seen him do, right, at Chelsea. Right? Because I know you guys have mentioned that a lot, right? He prefers the younger guys, right? Because he can mold them, he can shape them, and mind you, I assume it was Arteta that right
yep,
was one of the
push
guys
for the,
that pushed
yep.
for him, right? So
Mhm.
I can only assume that, right, in pushing for this guy, he has a certain vision, or right, he's seeing something in him, right? So yeah, no, I'm giving him I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt there, right? But again, this is football, right? You never know, right? You never know what could happen, right? A player can, perform to stellar heights, or they could not perform, right? But you're hoping for the best. And like I said, if truly this guy does play to the ability that the Chelsea fans have really wanted him to play to, then he can be a serious problem, is what I'll say. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. For me, yeah, overall, again, just going back to the original comment about our window so far, I
Hmm.
said it a little bit earlier on. Yeah, like I think we've had a good window. Berta's done well to get 6 players in through the door before August, right? Like, yeah, it's something to be said about the speed in which he's done his business. We've seen Edu in the past move at a much slower pace, really and truly. And all the pieces that have come in so far have been all pieces that we've needed. Um, and I include Madueke in that in terms of what we've needed. Now, the player himself and the profile and the price tag, that's necessarily what I still to this point don't agree with, and that's why I'm not giving it an 8 yet. I can bump it up to an 8 to see what we do for the rest of the window because I don't think our business should be done yet, Laurent. To your point,
Hmm.
um, but the way I will judge what we've done so far is not only Berta, because again, I don't think Berta is the one that pushed for Madueke. I think that was Arteta, for example, who pushed for Madueke. I give Berta major credit for Gyökeres because the scary thing is that I don't think Gyökeres was Arteta's first choice. I think Arteta's first choice was Šeško, but once we got priced out of a move for him, that's when we pivoted to Berta. There was rumblings that since Berta came to the club, Berta said, "I want Gyökeres," and Arteta was the one that wanted Šeško. So that's a scary thing for me. So thank God for Berta because who knows what Arteta would have wanted to do if we didn't get Šeško. Um, so I definitely believe Gyökeres was behind. Berta was behind the Gyökeres signing for sure, and obviously Arteta would have had to co-sign on it. But yeah, Berta pushed for Gyökeres, and I have to big him up for that. That was one thing I say. Thank God for him for that one because Gyökeres is definitely the striker that we've needed. And you've seen Berta's track record of bringing in top level strikers or forwards when he's at Atletico, right? Diego Costa's and Griezmann's and Falcao's and Julian Alvarez. Like he's known at Atletico for bringing in top strikers to Atletico. So he's now done it for us. Um, Massive one there. So 5 out of the 6 for me so far, I think have been solid signings because they've all been players that we've needed. We've addressed our number 6 in Zubimendi. We needed a backup in Nørgaard because Jorginho is obviously gone as well. Needed a backup keeper. Needed Mosquera. Obviously, Tommy Asu's gone now, and we needed support in defense. And obviously our number 9 in Gyökeres. And again, I don't doubt that we needed the Saka cover or cover for in our forward lines, or even a different profile of player, like somebody who plays a little bit differently than what we already have in Madueke. I still struggle with the amount of money spent on it for a player who I don't think is even a start, because Arsenal doesn't typically spend that type of money on a player who's going to start, right? Which the other side of the coin is, it's even more concerning that we did spend that money. If we do spend that kind of money, that player's coming in as a starter, right? Probably look at Ben White, look at Rams. That when we've spent money big like this on a player, they've come in straight into the team. So I think Gyökeres is going to play. Madueke is going to play a lot. He could even play on the left wing. To be honest with you, I think he'll start a lot on the left wing, unless we do something late in the window and get an actual left winger. But anyways, that's my only beef with it. Obviously, is the Madueke one, because I still think that could have been money better spent. We could have gotten cover, I think, for cheaper if you look outside of the Premier League, maybe like we did with Mosquera. Just look for a gem outside the league where you don't have to spend 50 plus mil, because again, we are not Man City, we're not Paris Saint-Germain, we're not a Saudi club, we're not even Liverpool at this moment, right? Where they just spend stupid money.
Like it's sports franchise in the world, or the wealthiest sports franchise in the world. Came out.
Well, so we say, but the owners don't act like it, right? So my problem is that a big part of our financial outlay, spending north of 50 mil on Madueke because Arteta and the recruitment team really wanted the player. Well, the Kroenkes are going to say, well, I've given you that big of an outlay, then that pool of money is sacrificed. Now you're not going to get Eze and Rodrygo. It's going to be one or the other.
Okay, so would you rather pay 50 mil for Alanga or Madueke?
Well, neither.
You can't. Well, which one would you rather pay for? You had to.
But neither, because neither of those are my choice. I want a Rodrygo. I don't want an Alanga or a Madueke.
But I'm asking you, like, if you're stuck between the two, who are you paying 50 mil for? You have to pick one of the two.
I don't really rate either of them for Arsenal. So it's literally picking like the best of a bad bunch. It's like a toss of a coin at that point.
Okay.
But I don't know if you see my point. My point is that
I get your point.
50 mil, because okay, say we didn't sign Madueke, because when we were linked with him, that space of a week or a couple of days where it's like, boom, we're linked, then he signed. Like, that came out of nowhere. Because before that, we were all saying, okay, we're going to get Gyökeres, Eze, and Rodrygo. Remember, I came to this podcast and I said to you guys, I don't think we're going to do all that, guys. Like, let's be real. This is Arsenal. Then we got linked to Madueke, then we signed him. So spending 50 mil on that one player now definitely takes away from us getting both a Rodrygo and an Eze. Right now, we're only going to get one, I think, if we're lucky, because we spent so much money on the Madueke. That Madueke money now has ruined our chances, I think, of getting 2 more players in. So we're only going to get one of those players in now if we're lucky.
Question for you. So you said we could have looked elsewhere for another signing to be like a little bit of cheaper for a Saka cover. But then what if that signing turned out to be like a Fabio Vieira, and then you'd be sitting here on the pod mid-November, early December, being like, see, this is the bullshit that they do. They don't go get a Premier League ready player, and then they spend 30 mil when we could have paid a little bit more and got someone who was Premier League proven.
Yeah, but you can say that about any transfer. Like, they're all a risk. Mosquera is a risk. Nørgaard is a risk.
Of course. But we're talking.
So you minimize the risk when you're paying less for that kind of player. When you spend 50 plus mil on a player, that's high risk, high reward potentially, or high risk and then low return sort of thing.
But Madueke has proven it. Maybe not to the standards that we all want. Has he though? I would say he's proven it in the Premier League more than a Fabio Vieira, where we spend like 35 mil. I'd rather spend the extra 15 and get a Madueke, because being English, you're already going to be able to be worth more on a resale, whereas Fabio Vieira will be lucky if we get 15.
I don't think we would. If we were to sell Madueke, I don't think we're getting more than what we wouldn't profit off it.
Obviously, we're not going to profit off it because he's only going to get older, but it's relative. Right, like I think Madueke is going to do more for the roster than if we went and got someone cheaper out of Portugal or Spain for like a 20 mil. I do hear your point about the Rodrygo, like we're not going to get both Rodrygo and Eze, but I don't think it's because of Madueke. I just don't think the Kroenkes would want to spend that much. I think it's more of an owner issue. I like the other owners that you were talking about, like they're state-owned clubs. But if we're just talking about the clubs that aren't state-owned, we're the wealthiest. Obviously, we can't compete with Newcastle and City because they're state owned, but like even compared to Chelsea, like the Cronkies have the most money.
Right. That which is a bigger issue. Then why don't we act like it? Why don't we spend it?
That's the question we should be asking.
And because of that, I still do not think that that type of money on a backup, because let's be real, for me, he's a backup, is not what we could have spent that money better. We could have done the Mosquera route like we did for our, the center back and gotten someone for cheaper because this is a cover option. Because we don't spend that kind of money, because we're relatively cheap with our money, usually we got to be smart with our money. And so I still stand on the fact that because he's not coming in to impact the team as a starter, and we don't splash money like that for fun, we could have spent money better elsewhere, in my opinion.
I think I agree in some of your argument, but I disagree with the overall preface. I think Madueke will actually.
Because let's be real, I don't think you would have been happy with that. So, like when we were first linked, you were not happy. I know
No,
you're
I
trying to
was
come
not.
around to it
No,
now.
I was not. I was not happy. But then listening to different podcasts and understanding like some of the bigger stats as to why Arteta wanted him, like I can understand why. We don't have anyone that takes on players. Madueke had the highest take-ons in the
Yeah,
entire time
in
last
the
year.
league, yeah.
Mhm.
So like we don't have that type of profile. Whether he's playing on the left or he's playing on the right, we don't have that. And second of all, there's been how many countless games have you and I messaged us back and forth in Carabao Cup games or FA Cup games where it's the 75th minute and Saka's still playing.
Mhm.
Madueke solves that because what's the second message you send me? Well, if we're taking Saka off, who are we playing there? We're bringing in Kieran Tierney, right? We're bringing in injured Jesus. We're bringing in one Yeri who's looks exhausted. We didn't have that option. We didn't have a different option to bring on to change the game. We're bringing a Trossard who doesn't have the pace. So I think from that aspect and having a completely different profile that we have in the roster, where they're not looking to do that lateral pass, they're looking to get the ball and drive. And the only player that we have that does that is Asaka. But Madueke does it in a different way. Like he's just running at you. We
Mhm.
don't have that. The
Yeah.
one player that we did have 2, 3 years ago in a Martinelli, for whatever reason, he's lost it. Do I agree that the money is a lot?
That's what it is. That's
Sure.
my beef.
But
That's my beef.
but you also have to put into perspective with where the market is. If we had signed Madueke prior to Anthony Elanga, maybe we could have got him for cheaper. But Chelsea's not going to sell Madueke less than what Anthony Elanga went for. I would argue that Madueke is a way better player than Elanga.
Oof. Even see it? We're talking about some controversial shit right now. Yeah, that's a whole pod for another day. I do not agree with that. But yeah.
What has Elanga done?
Well,
Madueke
he's
carried
helped Nottingham Forest, who's a relegation side, into almost a Champions League spot. He had a good season, Alanga.
Madueke had
Madueke's Madueke's stats, are they great? Like he's got a lot of take-ons, yes, but has he affected the final third? Chelsea's problem with him has been his end product,
Yeah,
right?
that's very true.
So
we'll
I don't know.
fact check that. But um aside from that, okay, we go here. The stats. All right. So Madueke versus um, okay, so Madueke had 7 goals. Elanga had 6. Madueke had 5 assists. Elanga had 11. Madueke had 54 shots on goal, and Elanga had 30.
And how many games
Madueke,
played?
So they're pretty comparable.
yes, I believe it is. Where did it go? Sorry, what's gonna tell me right now? Okay, let me just give you some other stats. Um, Average scoring points per game, 0.77 for Elanga, 0.58 for Madueke, 7 goals, shots on goal, 7.45, 21 chances created by Madueke, 9 created by Elanga. Passing and ball progression, 75% accuracy for ball progression for Madueke, 64 for Elanga. What else do we care about? No, we don't care about that. Offense. Yeah, so Alanga definitely is more on the assists, but shots on goal, shots by each foot, and then goals per 90 lean more to Alanga. Sorry, Madueke, sorry.
Yeah, like it seems pretty comparable to me at that point. Like they're can't say one's way above the other. That's why I said for me it would be picking the best of a mid bunch. Like one is not superior over the other really. They're both like whatever to me. And in the end, I stand on the fact that neither of them are worth 50.
No, they're not, but that's where the
50 mil.
market is, right? Madueke played 32 games, Alanga played 38. So 6-game difference. Progressive dribbles, 89 for Madueke, 71 for Alanga. So goals per 90, 0.34 for Madueke, 0.27 for Alanga. I mean, 6 less games. But anyways,
they're both whatever, man.
yeah.
Let's just
let's move on to Eze. Because
yes, now we're talking. Now we're talking about somebody worth the money.
Because if we are going to get one more player, I do believe it'd be Eze over Rodrygo. I think I was reading this on Arse blog. Shout out Arse blog. Crystal Palace have been a long time admirer of Reece Nelson, and if we do want to get an Eze, we could do like money and a Reece Nelson as part of the deal. But the only worrying sign is Chelsea are coming in, and so is Bayern, because Bayern couldn't get Luis Diaz over the line. They're looking at Lissandro Trossard. But Eze, his best friend Elise is there. Who knows? And Chelsea, they just like to bully everyone, just spend money out of nowhere. So that's the only concerning piece about it. But I would love to get a Eze. I think he would solve a lot of issues that we're looking at on the left side. Obviously, Rodrygo's world class, blah blah blah. We know all that stuff on Rodrygo, but I think Eze is more realistic. What do you think?
What I think Eze is good for our team, and again, he's another thing like a Madueke. I like what we're doing in this window from an attacking perspective in terms of getting different profiles of player, right? Gyökeres is a different profile of player than the current striker options we've had over the last few years. Obviously, we mentioned Madueke is a different profile of forward. He's more of a risk taker. He does more like take-ons and things like that. Eze is another one of those players who is different profile player than what we have. Takes more risks, more gambles, more creativity, more versatility. He can play anywhere across the front three, from number 10 on the right, on the left. So he's good for the squad. Now, where it gets demoralizing when we compare our business to Liverpool, for example, because that's who we're competing with, is we can only do so good in our transfer window. But when you see what Liverpool's doing, it's like, all right, shit, we got to go to that next level. Like if they get an Isak, we have to go out and get like a Rodrygo or somebody of that level. And my problem is, like, if we get just Eze alone, that's great. But my question to you guys is, and Laurent alluded to this very well, Arsenal needs a left winger. We need to improve our starting 11. We've done well over the years of improving our squad with the Marinos and the Calafiori. Last summer we improved our squad, and I say barely because we brought in a Sterling on loan and Neto, the goalkeeper, on loan, who they barely even did fuck all. Marino and Calafiori, they were floor raisers, right? In terms of bringing the rest of the squad up to this level with the starting 11. This summer, what we need to do, obviously we needed the squad pieces, but we still need to improve our starting 11 because we need to get over that line finally. We need to get over a Liverpool. Therefore, we need a proper like left winger, a top left winger to come in, right? Eze, and again now, because like I said, as of some of the Madueke money going towards that transfer, we definitely are not going to get both an Eze and a Rodrygo. It's going to be one or the other. This may sound super controversial. I would still prefer Rodrygo over Eze if it was feasible, because we need an out-and-out left winger to improve, again, our starting 11. Eze is top class, but where does Eze fit in the starting 11? Some would argue he could be better than Odegaard, but the manager is not dropping Odegaard at this moment in time. Odegaard is our starting 10. Therefore, the only real room in for Eze in our starting 11 would be off the left wing. I've explained to you guys why Eze for me, wouldn't be the starting left winger for Arsenal Football Club is because Arsenal does not play with overlapping fullbacks. Arsenal plays with inverting fullbacks, right? Miles Lewis Skelly on that left side inverts, comes in centrally, crowds the central areas. Eze is not an out and out left winger. So what would Eze do? He's not gonna hug the touchline the way Arteta wants his left wingers to play. And funny enough, that's where Madueke would be good to play on the left because he can stretch the pitch, right? He'll hug the touchline. Eze is gonna want to come into central areas. Eze is not an out and out left winger. He can't get chalk on his boots, as they say, right? Get the white chalk on his boots because he's not going to stand on the touchline all game. He's going to want to come centrally and he's going to want to affect central areas. Eze is more of a central player. Yes, he can play coming off of the left, but he is not a left winger, if that makes sense. Eze playing on the left wing for Arsenal Football Club would be sufficient if we had an overlapping fullback like Liverpool, who has played with an Andy Robertson over the years. So if you have your left winger tucking in, you have Andy Robertson coming off the outside and overlapping, right? Creating those 2v1s. That's how it worked with Andy Robertson and Mane. And then on the right side, it was Trent and Salah, right? Salah comes in every time on his left. Trent goes on the overlap. We do not play with overlapping fullbacks. So imagine an Eze trying to come in off of the left into central areas when Miles Lewis Skelly is also coming in, inverting into central areas. Declan Rice is already there. You're holding mid and Zubimendi is already there. Like, that's just too much crowding in one area in the central areas of the pitch. We're not stretching the pitch enough. We're not creating enough width, right? Because Eze's not going to hug the touchline, as I keep saying. So in order to improve our starting 11, I want and to compete with Liverpool, who is doing scary business at this moment in time, we need to improve our left wing, because my starting 11 needs to improve if we're going to get over the line and finally win a Champions League and win a Premier League. Laurent said it best, watching Arsenal late in the Champions League last season in the semifinals, you're looking to see who's going to impact the game. Our left wingers just were not doing it. Martinelli and Trossard, they both missed big chances in big games. Like, that, we've seen them for 2-3 years now. It's just, for me, we need to level up. We've already leveled up our number 9. We need to level up on the left side. And I love Eze. I want him to come in, but if I have to choose, I just need an upgrade on the left wing. And therefore, for me, it would be a Rodrygo or someone of that ilk. That's just my opinion.
But who else is there?
Well, that's
that
the thing.
Like, yeah, like truly, who else is there?
Rafa Leao.
We thank you for bringing that one up. Yeah, that's one we could talk about.
And at good prices, like, because right, I'm pretty sure
Probably both of them are going to be 80 plus.
Mm.
So like with our outgoings, like Fabio Vieira 15, Reece Nelson maybe 20 with add-ons, Kivior 20. That's what, like, that's 55 right there. Zinchenko 12. At 67. Trossard 20. 87. Lakonga probably 10. 97. Hein.
And my thing is this, like, all of that sounds right, like maybe unrealistic in terms of a Rodrygo. Because to your point, Laurent, like, there's not that many out in the market right now. The Rodrygo is the clear one in the market right now that's available, potentially, right? That will cost maybe 80 mil or north of 80 mil. But again, how badly do you want it? When you see what Liverpool does, if Liverpool goes out and gets Isak, the only way we can truly compete is if we get somebody of a Rodrygo's level. And if they could do it, so can we. Murda just mentioned that we're one of the richest, we're one of the wealthiest owners, right? They just don't spend like they're one of the wealthiest owners. But we can do it. Especially if we make some of those sales, we can do it, right? Like, there shouldn't be any reason. How ambitious are you? How badly do you want to win the Premier League, Arsenal, the Champions League, right? We need to improve in the final third of our pitch. We've known that for a couple of years now, right? Gyökeres is not, he's good. He's not enough because the left side is still an issue. And we talk about fine margins and needing to improve and being elite from 1 to 11. If you're carrying any passengers in your starting 11, you're just not going to get over the line against a Man City or Liverpool, right? That's my thing. I would love for us to show the ambition to get a Rodrygo. I just don't think it's going to happen personally. I think we will go for Eze. And I'm happy with that signing. I love that signing. But will that win us the league? I'm just not sure, because we still have that slight deficiency on our left wing.
There was that rumor of Anthony Gordon as well, which I don't know how true that is, but with Anthony Elanga going there, and they have to do something for FFP, who knows? Maybe that's an option as well.
Do you think is that a clear upgrade for you, Gordon?
Over Martinelli and Trossard? Yeah, because Gordon keeps his head up. And for the press that we want to play, yeah, I would say yeah.
Laurent, do you rate Gordon over our 2 current options?
Anthony Gordon from that's in Newcastle.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not too impressed, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I haven't seen too much of him, but from what I've seen, like, yeah, I'm not really too impressed with him.
And that's the thing for me too, is it's got to be a clear like improvement.
Mm.
Like it's
I
got
mean,
to
you
be a
you guys
genuine
said it
upgrade.
best, man. Like last time, it's about raising the ceiling as opposed to
Yeah,
raising the floor, right?
yeah, absolutely. Gyökeres is a ceiling raiser for sure.
Hmm.
Zubimendi could be as well, right? Those are the two. As much as we've done good business for our squad, Mosquera at the center back, Nørgaard, Kepa, we've improved our starting 11 in two key areas, which is were needed: the number 6, in Zubimendi, and our number 9. And there's still one more piece of the puzzle on that left side, I think, to be improved for us to say we got a top starting 11 that can compete with a Liverpool or a City. I don't know, like Murda, what are your thoughts on that? On what I'm saying?
Like I'm
Am I tripping out? Am I expecting
no,
too
no, I
much?
hear what you're saying, but I'm just like trying to look like, what left wingers are out there, and there really isn't many.
No, there isn't.
That's a thing, right? There really isn't many, and the ones that are there, like a Vinny, a Son, like Grealish.
I'm surprised you guys don't shop around outside like different markets like
Outside of
Yeah,
the Prem?
yeah, I'm
yeah,
trying to
yeah,
look
no,
at
no,
outside the Prem, like there's Nuno Santos from Sporting.
no, but
There's
even like bro, like I swear some clubs bring in players like Vinny, bro, that guy Brazil, you know what I mean,
But
like
yeah, well, we were doing that when we had Edu, but right now even the Brazil market, like there isn't much there.
right, right.
Like there's that guy from Spain, from Real Sociedad, Oriabal. Um, he's a true left winger, but he's a little bit older. Sinistera's there, out of Bournemouth. Like
Brad, let me ask you this: if you're not Edu, sorry, if you're Berta, Arteta, Kroenkes, and
Mhm.
you have a pool of money to spend only on one more player, what would you do? Would you go for Eze? Would you go for Rodrygo? Would you go for somebody else alternatively? What would you do with this last pool of money that you have? Just want to know where your head is at, because maybe I'm, being harsh. I don't know.
Mm, hold on, just want to check something. He's 24.
Jeez, bro, I was gonna start playing the Jeopardy music for you. I wasn't sure what was going on there. Like, man's thinking.
It's hard because like Rodrigo is talented. There's no question. He's 24 years old. Um, and yeah, my only worry, like I really want to say Rodrigo, but my only worry with saying Rodrigo is what if he doesn't adapt to the physicality? And we've seen that with some players that have a little bit more flair that come from the Spanish league. It takes them a little bit of a while to adapt. I think Rodrigo would easily be able to adapt just because he's still 24. He's world class. Um, but given the fact that the left wing market is so sparse, like it's so tough. It's so tough. Oh man. Yeah, I'd still want to go for a left winger. I don't know if it would be Rodrigo because I don't think he comes here. I think he goes to like a Bayern or something because they're looking for a left winger. Um, yeah, because now that they lost Jamal Musiala, freak injury. I don't know if you guys I think I sent it to you guys.
Hmm.
Freak
Yeah,
injury.
no, you saw that.
Um, yeah, I don't think we get Rodrigo. Um,
Okay, so you're saying would you go for
I,
Eze then, or would you go for an alternative completely?
I like I would want an alternative. Like I would want a true out and out left winger. But if we aren't gonna get one, I wouldn't mind having like an Eze Martinelli and have it as a push Martinelli and like help him grow because I don't think there's a lot of good left wingers in the market. So like yeah, maybe if we go for like a Rafa Leao, but Rafa Leao doesn't do the defensive work rate. I think with the type of the game style that we play, that's other like we have to also consider the profile of player that's going to come in. So as much as I think we want an out and out left winger, I think the attributes that Martinelli have is what keeps him in the starting roster. Whereas, I don't think Rodrigo or Leao do half the work that a Martinelli does. So personally, I would still want a left winger. If it's my last, if that's it for the funds, I just don't know if they're gonna do it. I think they're most likely gonna get an Eze. Like if they get a Javi Simons, I'd be over the moon because he's shown that he can play out on the wing. Like Javi Simons, I think would be a good option. Bradley Barcola, I don't know if he would leave. I doubt he would leave, but if we can somehow go in there, bring him over, like that would be like I
Yo,
think
I'm not gonna lie, that player, sorry to cut you off, but that player under Arsenal, I can see like outright shining in that position.
I
Like
agree. I agree.
yeah,
deadly.
like
Um
that would be my like not to take away anything from Rodrigo, but I think the game style that we play suits a Simons and a Barcola way more than a Rodrigo. I think Rodrigo would be perfect for the press, but once you get past that initial press, what's the issue with Real Madrid? None of their forwards track back,
mm,
right? And for an Arsenal team who's high press, if you're not tracking back, Gabriel's going to be on you. Rice, Zubimendi, Odegaard, they're all going to be on you. Whereas the Simons puts that pressure on. Barcola puts that pressure on and comes from a team where everyone presses. So for me, that would be my first choice, not a Rodrigo. Um, but to answer your question and kind of bring it back, I would want a left winger. I would want a true left winger. So yeah. Um, So yes, I quickly went over the list. It's not limited to this, but Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Jakub Kivior, Alexander Zinchenko, Leo Trossard, Sambi Lokonga, and Karl Hein. Those are kind of the players that are looking to kind of focus on the outgoings. You're looking at least 80, 90 mil right there if we sell them all at the right price, which could fund potentially a left wing, right? We did make the most money last year for getting to the semifinals and finishing second. Um, maybe they say, okay, we'll give you the funds, but you can't do anything in January, no matter what the roster looks like. And if that's what Kroenke say to me, I'm taking it and running. Even though I say Barcola is my first choice, like if we can get a Rodrigo with whatever we sell this for, and we're still with an FFP, fuck it, do it. Because if we're not gonna go fly high and like try to like do the same thing that we did that year where we pushed City where we had 50 points after the first half of the season, like that's the start that we're gonna need. Um, so um preseason matches. I don't know if you fellas caught the AC Milan game. I think CJ, we were messaging in the group chat. 1-0 at 90 minutes, and then we lost in penalty shootouts. Key takeaways for me, like that you saw the angle of the Saliba play.
Mm.
Man, like it doesn't even look like the part that's scary for me, it doesn't even look like he's running.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It did not like I'm not trying to even be funny or anything. It did not look like he was running. It looked like he was like this going the same speed, and then all of a sudden he's on top of the player and he just takes the ball away and then he starts the counter.
He's a cheat
One
code, bro. He's a cheat code.
yeah, Ethan Wanyeri. Oh my God, Martin Odegaard, you've been warned.
Yeah, for sure.
You have been warned.
Jeez, what did I miss? Yeah, I gotta start watching Arsenal preseason games, eh?
Yo, I'm telling you, no, I'm being serious. Go watch the highlights. Go
All
watch
right.
what he
No, I
did.
will do.
Like what he did. Sure, I understand it's a preseason, blah 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 blah. But like at his age, doing what he did, like I can see why we brought in Noni Madueke, because Odegaard's going to be pushed now, and not just to say that it's one Yeri, Max Dowman,
Mm,
15 years. That kid's not 15. He's not 15. There's no way he's 15 years old.
it's crazy.
Oh, he comes on and he's not 15. There's no way. This man's just like gliding on the like he's not there's no way. That I haven't seen that since Cesc Fabregas. When Cesc came through and he was just gliding on the pitch, going around like Frank Lampard and Stevie G and like Keane and stuff like that in the midfield. Like I haven't seen that since Cesc. And like that's a like to me that's a huge comparison because when
Man
Cesc
said,
came through, you know,
man said, check his passport, bro.
bro, there's no way he's 15.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. He's
You
different.
did you see the highlights?
I did. I caught some of
The
the
little cameo,
yeah.
like I'm not just boosting because he's an Arsenal player. Like he, Laurent, please go watch his cameo
Mm.
because
Yeah, I remember the name, bro. Max Dellman, man. He's next up for
like
sure.
that was unreal. So again, Martin Odegaard, you've been warned. Because if it's not Wanyeri, it will be Dowman. And if it's not Dowman, they'll easily, if they sign Eze, you'll easily be moved on and they'll get a left winger next year. You know what I mean? Like there is enough movement there that Odegaard, you've been warned. Um Gyökeres, it does look like it's official. I think he's on his way to Singapore. From the rumors, apparently he paid for his own flight so that he could go to Singapore and do the medical and join the team.
Yo,
Yeah,
he's done everything, eh?
yeah, but he's done everything.
He's done
Um,
everything he could, bro. Man's
That's
dumped his
a
girlfriend,
paid for his own flight. That's
dumped his
I mean, he's
girlfriend,
probably gonna get
agents out here.
reimbursed. He's probably gonna get reimbursed, but hopefully we see
Crazy,
him in
man.
the stands this Sunday, July 27th against Newcastle. Apparently Isak is not traveling with Newcastle. They're probably trying to protect him to see what's going on next. Hopefully against Nando's FC, July 31st is when Gyökeres makes his debut and shows Thomas Frank what's about to happen in the Prem. And then we come back to the Emirates August 6th and 9th, Villarreal and Bilbao respectively, before we begin the Prem against the Red Devils.
Season's gonna come back around quickly, boys.
Yeah. I was just looking at the schedule. Our pod on the 14th of August, which is the day before the Prem starts. That's when we're gonna do our predictions of what we anticipate for the year and the table. So make sure you guys come prepared for that. I'll give you a reminder. Don't worry. I know you guys need your extensions and your daily reminders. Professor's got you. But yeah, that's what we got for you. I know CJ is a little annoyed. Jersey Day didn't turn out to be Jersey Day. Maybe when we do the watch along, we'll do a full on Jersey Day because Laurent will have time to go back home and find that jersey, in the scrapbook and make sure it fits him. And maybe CJ will, sign on to the pod with a smile on his face rather than a mean mug being like, which Rastafarian fucking pissed me
Yeah.
off today. This man's trying to cover his mouth because he's about to burst into laughter. He's like, "Yo, I gotta keep it
Wait,
in."
are you guys getting the new
Look
kits?
at him. Wait, hold on. Tell myself. This man was smiling, and then he looks up to the camera, being like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm chill. I'm chill. I'm not gonna smile." Yo,
Bro, who
CJ,
are
just
you,
let it go,
Kanye, bro?
bro.
Like, this guy's Mr. Kanye West.
What? What?
Mr. Kanye West. You never seen that video of Kanye West like smiling and then realizing the cameras are looking, so he
Oh,
stops
yeah, yeah.
smiling.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Uh, Jeez, bro. Why so serious?
Oh, shit. I was supposed to comment. I wasn't sure where you guys were going with this.
Yo, that's what I'm saying.
But,
Mr. Rastafarian's here.
But yeah, wait, hold on. You guys getting the new kits for your teams?
I was thinking about getting the third kit. Yeah, just keep an eye out for our third kit that's coming out, bro. It's cold.
Oh,
The white one. I'll show you. It's white.
Okay.
Some Arsenal fans like, oh, I don't want to wear it. It's white. It's Spurs. Who cares, bro? Fuck that. It's a nice kit, man. I'll show you guys. If it is supposed to be what it's projected to be, then yeah, it's a clean kit. It's like white and like burgundy.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about getting. Otherwise, like the home kit, yeah, it's nice, man. But we red and white every year, same old shit. The away kit I wasn't too keen on as well. It's nice, but
The black one?
no,
No,
it's blue. It's like a dark blue with like lightning stripes sort of thing.
Let me check that.
What about you? Are you getting it? You're getting a kit, Laurent?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get the one that you sent me that I thought wasn't good, and then it's grown on me, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
The white one with the.
Oh word! You're gonna get a white one too.
With the green and red.
Yeah,
That looks really nice.
You like it now, eh?
Yeah.
I'm
No.
telling you, bro. Yeah, it's nice.
Are you
man.
actually gonna get it, or is this like a?
Yeah. No, like I'll actually. Yeah, bro. Just leave me
Just
alone,
make
bro.
sure.
All right. Yeah. Leave me alone, bro.
Bro, you literally said you guys can talk all the shit you want. What do you mean leave you alone? The fuck? I predicted you were gonna have the damn fucking blanket on you.
Yeah, boy, he actually did.
Yo, is it this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not nice.
Yeah.
right. They could have done better, Adidas.
Yeah. Fuck.
Nothing tops the black and gold kit, eh? That year.
Yeah, yo, that black. I'm so mad I didn't buy it. I'm so mad.
And they're hard to get now. So if you don't have one,
yeah, it's so, it's so nice.
Oh, you talking about this one?
I can't.
Fam, we can't see it.
You can't see. It's the. Put your hand behind your phone. No, not that one.
Put it in front of his phone.
That's last year. No, not that one.
No, last year, yeah, no, that one's Merc. No, fam, it's black and gold from like 2 or 3 seasons ago now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's right beside it. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, that one was. I'm so mad I didn't get that. I got the home kit that year.
You lacked. Oh,
yeah.
bro.
Yeah. I should have got that one. Fuck me. God damn.
Yeah, man, that one is clean, bro.
Well, we'll be back next week. We'll kind of review. We'll have 2 games to kind of review and dissect. We'll have the Newcastle game to dissect, which is happening this Sunday, and then I'm pretty sure in the morning, yeah, because Hong Kong, the time zone, I'm pretty sure the morning the Spurs game will happen as well. So we'll talk about that in the evening. We'll talk about, some of the players that made the starting lineup and just see their cameos. But yeah, as always, appreciate you all watching, supporting us. We're just here to shoot the shit. Like straight up, we're here to shoot the shit, banter each other. We got the serious ass motherfucker CJ who tries to hold his smile in. So he's like biting on his finger to be like, nah, don't smile. You gotta be all serious and fucking.
Yeah, I'm starting to think something happened in LA, bro. Like he's not telling us at this point.
I know,
like
man
experienced something and he's still like pondering, bro. Like,
Sorry, is this not like a football podcast? I didn't know we come on here to judge other man's, bro. Like, what's going on?
Yo, we do this 24/7 to Laurent. Why are you catching the feels, bro?
I'm just explaining, bro. Like, from the time I got on the pod till now, mans are talking about a next man's appearance, bro. Like, just focus on the football. Like, why are we talking about how?
We are focused on the football. It's just the banter section, bro.
I didn't know this was like fashionista, bro. Jeez,
bro, it's banter. You got like. It is what you all fucking roasted me for wearing a different jersey.
Fam, you know what? Next time I'll come onto the pod with a face red like yours, eyes low. I don't know what you've been sipping or eating or what's going on, but you're looking like you're tweaking a bit, bro. So I'll come on as giddy as that. No. Listen, bro, I started the pod like this. What do you mean? No one's in a better mood than me.
No, that's not how you. Yeah, because we weren't recording.
Oh yeah, what happened when we weren't recording? I don't know. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I think we need to back off. I think he got too hot in the kitchen.
I don't know. I'm not allowed to have a serious face, bro.
Yeah, I feel like he's still cheesed about the Madueke.
Definitely.
Bro. That has to be it. Like, what?
Definitely, fam. That's why I booked my flight to LA. I said I've had enough of this.
Damn, bro. Senor, you were bullying him, eh? You're one of the bullies.
No. You're gone too far. Shout out
So you tell me you didn't sign the petition?
Oh, yeah, there was a petition.
Yeah, it didn't reach me, though.
Oh, my God. If you're an Arsenal fan listening to this and you sign that petition, shame on you. Shame on you. You're forgetting the fucking Willian, fucking Lucas Torreira, Mustafi, David Luiz days. Shame on you. Fuck, we were playing David Ospina in net. Shame on you.
He was decent.
CJ, no. Fucking having Danny Ceballos doing twirlies in the middle of the field. The fuck?
When did you become an advocate for the signing, bro? I'm telling you, the energy was different once upon a time.
No, it wasn't, because
yes, it was.
No. If you go back, I think like 10 pods when we were talking about the Chelsea squad, I recall saying that I liked Madueke.
Laurent's hiding, bro. Because he knows, bro. Murda, your energy was different before, bro. Don't make me go through the group chat.
Bro, go through the group chat. Post the receipts.
All right, fans. Just wait till the next episode, all right? I'll come with the receipts. Hopefully he doesn't delete them by that time.
Hold on. When's the next friendly game, bro? I gotta catch that.
When's the next
Arsenal?
Yeah.
Sunday.
This Sunday?
Yeah. Newcastle.
Don't worry, Madueke is not playing. He's still on his break.
Now I'm trying to see the other guys.
Twanieri?
Yeah, Gyökeres. Hopefully.
Gyökeres probably won't play this one. He'll probably play
Tottenham.
Yeah,
the 31st.
Spursies.
Anyways, see you all next week. You fellas have anything else to say for closing?
Listen, Noni Madueke, you're an Arsenal player. Now we support you. I support you. Your former fan in Laurent Piana, the Chelsea fan, he supports you, wants you to do well. Maybe not like the other Chelsea fans, but the three of us, if you ever for some reason are listening to this podcast, you have our support. No, I did not sign the petition. It didn't get to me in time, but we support you.
That's crazy, bro. Bro, you can't be saying all of that and then add that in at the end, bro. Like, what?
I have to. I didn't support the thing at first, but he's holding up the shirt now. I have to support it. I didn't.
Mandem FC.
Yeah, bro. Trust me, the man wants to be a rapper, fam. Laurent, how was his rap career at Chelsea, bro? I don't know if it took off, but yeah, man, we support you. No to Noni. Hashtag no to Noni. It didn't reach me. Yes to Noni. Yes, we can. Let's get it.
Let's go. Yeah, no, likewise. Other than that, thanks for being with us here today. We did take a week break. I assume you guys noticed, but we are back in full effect. And going full throttle from here. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share. Mm-hmm. And then, we'll keep providing you guys with a lot more value in terms of everything Arsenal related and football around Europe.
The more likes, the more subscriptions, the faster Laurent can afford that jersey.
Yes.
And on that box,
help him fund the kit, bro. Help him fund the kit.
Fund me like the man you guys did a GoFundMe apparently. Is that true though? That
your turn, Laurent. Ready on 3. Do it. The celebration.
Oh my gosh, bro. Yeah.
Coming to a Stamford Bridge stadium near you.
Yeah, no, that guy's not scoring against us, bro.
Jeez. Yeah. Okay. Because Robert Sanchez got it on lock.
Bro, I love that these comments are recorded so we can go back.
Yeah, no, dead ass, bro. Like, the 2 games that we have, November, February, he's not touching that.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm calling it from now.
Yo, put your money where your mouth is.
I'm calling it from now.
Put your money where your mouth is.
All right, like what? $50?
Sure.
All
Done.
right. Yeah.
CJ, you want in on this?
Is it like a virtual handshake sort of thing?
Yeah, bro. I mean, it's
I
recorded.
don't want, bro. Laurent's gonna have to owe us $50 each, bro. I don't want this poor guy to lose his money like
Nah,
that.
nah.
Yeah, you see that? That's a guy that doesn't. It wants nothing to do with the bet.
Yo,
No, I'm
Laurent,
trying to help you. You can put that $100 towards a jersey.
Oh, bro, I'll have my jersey before then, bro. Trust me, I'll have my jersey before then.
Are you sure?
Yo,
Yeah.
I'm even willing to go up to 500 that
Okay,
he scores both games.
So okay, wait. You're saying 500 if he scores both games?
No, I'm saying he will score $500 for him scoring the first game, $500 him scoring the second game.
Wait, you'll give Laurent $5 each time?
If he doesn't score both games, sure.
Holy,
Wait,
alright,
so this is assuming he plays.
obviously, yeah.
No, yes. Assuming he plays, he's gonna score in both games.
Hold on. Make sure let's get this bet straight. What?
Hold on. Let's
yeah.
wait till we get closer to
Oh,
our
you're this
first game.
guy now, bro. Look at
Wait,
this.
what, bro? Yeah, I gotta make sure, right? You gave us this whole lecture about our defense. I gotta make sure that we get our signings and everything in order, right? And then we'll come back. But there will be a bet. There will be a bet. As to the amount, though, that I will have to revise based on how we're set up closer to that. Yeah, but there will be a bet for sure.
All right. On that bombshell, see you guys next week.
All right. Peace.
Laurent, do it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.